This is exactly how I would do it too.
The blue, yeah, dude, the blue. This is just laid back.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Fuck it. This is episode. Yeah, exactly. This is episode 70 of the 100 podcast. I brought in a good a childhood friend actually of mine, my boy Aaron Lopez.
Thank you.
And plenty of people that listen to this, I'm sure, do know you, bro, because we both went to La Quinta, so.
I don't know if they know me, but we'll
find out. We'll find out. But since we're talking all this techie shit, bro, how many smart home devices do you have at your house?
27.
Damn. Do you have any? Are you one of those people that have jumped like fully on board with tech? Like, are you fully in? You think it's just obviously with 27 devices, it seems like you are, but like, are you like a full on believer, or are you like kind of? Do you have? Because even Elon Musk talks about like that fear of like tech taking over. Do you have any sort of fear of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's always in the back of your head, but I mean, what are you going to do to stop it? You're not big enough. You're not big enough at all to prevent these things from happening. But I do think if I have the option to choose, am I going to be part of the tech world or not? I'll probably just do it just for fun.
Yeah.
In school, I actually learned, but there was a class. It was addiction studies. I was a psychology major, and they talked about. We had a debate between, are you on board? Is technology bad or is it good?
And what do you believe? What side are you on?
Technology.
Is the technology? Do you think it's nothing? Do you think it's just not bad or good? It's just technology. Like, we're just
3 years ago. 3 years ago, I said technology's good. There's nothing bad. It's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Now I would be on the fence of, you know what? It's probably bad, but who cares?
Yeah. We're kind of. I think that just even where we are as a society, it's kind of like we can't just forget technology either. We've gone so far with it. It's not like we can just like cut it off, and then it's even like some parts are good. I feel like, obviously, like with like healthcare, stuff like that. Like, more tech obviously means a lot easier ways to help people and shit like that. But I think like things like social media are fucking bad, bro. I don't know how you feel about them, but me personally, like, I have to be on social media, obviously my podcast and shit, but I think there's a lot of negative side effects to social media. So,
you and maybe the people that are watching, if they followed me on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and all that, they would know I deleted everything.
Yeah.
I deleted.
I was gonna say I don't know if I follow you, so I'm gonna.
You used to,
and then you just deleted it.
I deleted it 3 years ago when I was in that same class that I'm talking about, because I wanted to try it. Am I really addicted to social media? Crazy enough, you do miss it. You miss it a lot.
Yeah.
You think of that whole FOMO thing. If you're missing out, and at first it's hard. You go, well, I don't know what's going on, but at the end of the day, you reach out to me, not through social media, through calling me and going, hey, do you want to come on to my podcast? You don't know what I've been up to. You don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
But isn't it interesting that there's more to talk about now?
Yeah, because I don't really have any idea of what you've been doing at all. Yeah. What has kept you off of social media? Like, what? Because obviously it's been years now. But like, even like with you missing it and stuff, like, what has kept you from even like getting back on at all? Just like you're just like cool. You're cool with it. Without it.
Human interaction's always better than this digital interaction. Being able to talk to you in person is better than talking to you over the phone. Over the phone, we don't know how the other person's feeling. There's a different vibe when you're talking to somebody like in person, when you go,
yeah,
hey, I heard this happened in your life.
Exactly.
Let's talk about it. And you talk about it on the phone, that's fine. Talking about it in person is a whole new
you don't get those, and you don't get those real life vibes, like you don't look them in the eye. You're not you don't feel exactly what they're saying, and
Yeah.
And I get that, bro. What is that? What's made you? Because you've slightly talked about it, but I don't know if you've ever like gotten serious about it. Is that what made you think about doing a podcast? Is the face to face?
No, actually, the thing that's holding me back is just the ambition to do it. Because that's the first part. You'll know, like you're thinking about it, and you're going, man, it would be cool if I did that, but you never just wanted to just jump on into it, you know?
Yeah.
So, for my work, I do digital marketing, so I do work with Twitter and different things, and it's kind of funny because I don't really have a personal Instagram.
Yeah, how did that work?
On Reddit and different. I just know, social media, it's not a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Exactly. Especially our age, Like, our age and younger, it's like everybody gets it.
Everybody, yeah. I should say gets it. Doesn't do it because, like, I don't do it except for work. But...
That might be the reason why you do it for work, or the reason why you do it.
I could do it for...
Yeah, you could do it for work because it's not something you do every day.
Yeah.
It's a hobby and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I see like Twitter trends and things like that, and I'm like, man, this is so stupid. But these people that are on there, they're having realistic conversations with people they don't even know. It's just dividing in a way, and now everybody seems to be jumping on one train or the other. There's no in between of.
Where's the center at, bro?
Yeah, where's the center?
And where is the we're all kind of in this together? You know, like, bro,
you don't see that anymore.
Yeah, and exactly.
It's very easy to be polarized now because of it.
Yeah. Oh, you must have the fucking inside view, obviously, with the whole doing it as a job. Like, bro, it's so polarizing, man. Like, it's like you have to pick a team, you have to pick a tribe. It's not. You can't just go on there to enjoy your life or whatever, Like, everything that's on there is fucking dividing.
Yeah, and the easiest way to deal with it is be PC. But, you're still going to get backlash from the other people that don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It is hard, though.
It's kind of weird, like, the easiest way is to be PC or be one of those center people and just say, fuck it, and I'm just going to believe exactly what I'm going to believe and not jump on either side. And then you kind of, I feel like, over time, your following or the people that kind of like interact with you will be more like not so attacking you because they realize you're just like authentic. You're not like trying to win over anybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can do it that way too.
I feel like that's what Joe Rogan was for a little bit until he hit Spotify, and I don't know, dog. I think he's gone a little too crazy.
He has gone a little too crazy, but I mean, it's easy to do that.
Yeah.
Because you seem like we see him and we go, you know what, he's going a little too crazy. But is he, or is he the same, or are we changing? It's like you're like up in the air, and then you're like, okay, well, what made him this way? It's a big question. And then you gotta
and then obviously gotta understand the listeners he has and the following he has is way bigger than anything like I would have. So it's like I'm sure he has to think a little bit about what he says now,
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a little weird, but...
Yeah. You fuck with any other podcasts?
Bill Burr. Bill Burr is funny. He's true, real.
Bill Burr, I fuck with that. It's so funny. You listen to his and, Bert Kreischer's at all?
No, just him, the Monday Morning Podcast. And, I think that's about it. I mean, I was listening to yours for a little while and back and forth, just jumping on and seeing what's going on in your life.
What were you gonna do as a podcast? What was your theme, or what was your focus gonna be?
Is there ever really a theme to a podcast?
Some of them do. Some of them do.
Some of them do. Right.
Like they all. There's a lot that have a theme. Like there's like. Those criminal justice ones, those fucking ladies, and fucking Black Lives Matter ones. There's fucking,
I was saying my girlfriend does listen to like those, like the Office ladies one, the one with the Office girls.
Oh, okay, from the show.
From the show.
Oh, got you.
And that weird criminal one it's cool to listen to, but I don't know. I like the podcast that, like you said, are easy to listen to, and you're like, oh, I can have like a drink and listen to
Just
it.
kind of open. You're just kind of chilling. You're kicking back.
Yeah, it's a different experience, and if you do get lonely or whatever, those are good outlets, I guess. If you don't have friends.
Oh my god. Oh man, bro.
But
you're making me feel lonely because I listen to a lot of podcasts, bro.
But I mean, you also really, I mean, you're social too, though.
Yeah, nah, I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, no.
I'm just being fucking dumb, bro. I'm being a stoner right now.
Yeah,
but
that's always fun.
With the tech, what's your? Where do you think it's gonna go, bro? Like, do you see like flying cars and shit in the future? You see like fucking, weird ass fucking hoverboards and shit. Like, you see? Oh, do you see us seeing aliens? You see like. Where do you see the future, bro? Like, where do you see us going in the next 20, 30? Because, bro, honestly, this is crazy to me. I trip out on this because we've gone pretty far in tech, and just, like, from me being a kid to, like, now, and, like, we're still only, like, in our mid-20s. Like, we're going to see tech from our mid-20s to, like, hopefully, like, I don't want to live that old, but, like, let's say we do live to, like, 90 or something, bro. That's, like, another 70 years of tech.
Yeah, I mean, if we think about just the computer... I mean, the computer's gone so far into where we can run simulations. I mean, there's supercomputers that do run simulations and see how far the human existence can go. It is scary. But if they can do all of that, we can also figure out cures to a lot of things. Kind of what you were saying, where there's a lot of good in it, and it just depends on who's holding the power. And I mean, I don't like flying cars. I don't see that being like a possibility. I do see electric cars being the main thing. And space. I mean, we can travel to different places and do different things. Or we do the simulation thing like the Matrix. There's so many different answers, and I mean, sci-fi shows a lot.
Have you ever looked into like quantum mechanics or like quantum physics or any of that shit?
Not a lot. Like, I don't.
Well, I'm not saying like you're a professional, but have you ever like, yeah, bro? I'm not saying every fucking, no, but like that. Even like looking at that stuff, how they're saying like it's almost guaranteed like there's more dimensions and like.
I could see that. I mean, like, there's always choices, and I think that's an easy way to think about it. Is what if I didn't go on this podcast? What if I did go on this podcast? What if you blow up because of this podcast? What if you don't? There's always options, and then that creates a dimension in a way. So,
I get what you're
see what I'm saying? Like you can go out this way, you can go this way, and that's a good way of thinking about it is actually Marvel movies. I don't know if you've watched them, but
nah, bro, I haven't kept up. I watched them a little bit, and then it's gotten so many superhero movies, bro. I'm like, I don't even fuck with it.
It's crazy. It's a lot, but they do touch into that. That's actually the main storyline, I think, of the Endgame. So.
Oh really? Is that
so? Yeah, it's quantum. Yeah, because I'm not gonna spoil it for everybody, but yeah.
Spoil, bro. How long has that movie been out?
It's only been like 2 years.
2 years.
We haven't watched it, so
I'm not gonna watch it, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'll call it. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to listen to what he's saying. Skip along.
Yeah, you don't even know how long we're going to talk about it. I'll just talk about it really quickly. So you can skip what Spotify does 15 seconds or 30 seconds.
You're so do it from dumb, right now. Bro, go.
So Ant-Man figures out quantum physics or quantum reality or whatever it is. He gets sucked in there, and he comes out, and it's only been like about a few seconds or no, yeah, a few minutes or months or something. And the world's changed, and then he goes and talks to everybody about how this can change the outcome of what happened with everybody disappearing. And Iron Man figures it out. And
you gave no spoiler alert at all.
I'm good at that. I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about. But all right, bro.
Okay, you skipped it for a good reason.
Yeah, you guys good. We're good.
We're just gonna skip out of that.
The Marvel.
Yeah.
Do you think it's pretty? What? If you could put money on it. Would you put money on we're in a simulation right now, or we're not in a simulation right now?
if I put money on it. That's a good question because money is fun to put money.
Yeah,
things on.
it's fun to gamble a little bit.
Yeah. Yes, I would. It's a hard question. I'm gonna say yes for fun.
Okay.
But I'll put money on it.
You
Reason being is the way technology is advancing, and it's advancing so quick. We could be in a simulation, and it could just stop and restart, and we'll never know. You'll never know. When you die, you could go square one and just keep living
over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, Black Mirror is a great show if you want to think about that. They have a few different ones that talk about that, but I mean, computers. I think it's Moore's law. I want to say it's Moore's law. I'm probably wrong. It's probably the other one.
Some M law.
Yeah, some law. Some law talks about how every 2 years technology gets faster by 2 times, and we're getting to the point where that's becoming
a little wild, too fast.
Yeah, but it's great. I mean, we went from a calculator to now iPad that's recording our voices on
the phone that's recording the video.
Yeah. Think about that.
It's our whole. The phone is the whole computer, really now.
You're controlling this light, this blue light that's here, with the phone that's recording
us right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's crazy, and it's only gonna get stronger and cheaper. And one of my professors.
Do you before you get into that, my bad, but do you think there's any chance like we get so big or something like that, like it gets so far ahead that we almost like implode on ourselves? You know, like the Roman Empire, like shit like that. Like, do we ever are we ever gonna fucking, is America next? Like, are we fucked? You know what I'm saying?
America?
Yeah, like, or even the world, bro. I don't know, but like even like the world powers, like, just, are we gonna get so far ahead or so much tech, like we're gonna get so like in our own worlds, like everybody's gonna get so separated that we almost implode on ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
What I'm saying?
No, I definitely thought about that, but I do think we're smarter. I think we're smarter as a whole than we have ever been before, and I think that scares a lot of people in power.
I think that I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Yeah, when you're smarter, it's harder for people. It's harder for somebody to control you if you're smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we can control animals and different things. We can do all that because they're not that smart. I mean, they're smart in their own ways, but
we obviously like use them, for like fucking different purposes and necessities, and that's one of the good things about like tech. I feel like, or like social media is like, it is getting the average person, like American or even fucking average anybody really. Yeah. It's getting us like mentally where it's getting a lot harder for those in power to like keep secrets, those in power to kind of like get away with sneaky shit, because we have the news right there on our phone.
Yeah.
You got fucking people posting all those conspiracy theories and like everything's in your face. So like if somebody's doing something sketchy, it's probably gonna cross your eyes at some point.
Yeah, the scary part about it is like the misinformation stuff, because then you go, okay, well, what's fact and what's not,
And bro, the scary part about it is how fast the news moves. You know what I'm saying? Like Epstein shit or whatever. It's like it moves, and like even like the lady that got arrested, like his main lady or whatever, and then everybody forgot about it. And it's just like, or even like the Harvey fucking Weinstein or whatever. Like news moves so quickly, everybody just forgets, and it's like. That shit's still like, I think that shit was a little more important than whatever's in the news today or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the Epstein thing. I mean, if you want to research it more, you always can. There's always information on it. I think that's a big thing, is like when people read stuff online, check your sources, check everything, make sure, always get two views on something. If you're going to look at something politics wise, look at something on Fox News, but then also look at something that's on MSNBC, or you got to look at both spectrums all the time. And there's no choosing sides. You're pretty much always on the losing side in a way. Even you win one year, you lose another. It's like, It's all the same. It's always kind of better to.
How do you feel about political parties, anyways? Like, how do you feel?
I
about
don't
the
like
two?
them. I don't like that there's technically a two-party system now. I don't think our founding fathers thought that they thought having a two-party system was terrible. It was.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing.
It makes you just two teams basically. Like,
but look at where we're at now.
We're in exactly what we weren't supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
hoping at some point we learn, maybe like next election or something. I hope, and it probably won't be next election, but I hope at some point there's an independent that unifies the country. Like an independent that's like, bro, I don't pick either side. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck about this. I'm just trying to help the American people as a whole, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I would hope at some point Americans are smart enough to leave their party, Republican or Democrat, and choose somebody that's a little more centered. Because I think as soon as somebody that wins, like an independent wins or something or whatever, they win, then that kind of opens up our whole system to like opportunities, bro. Everybody can win now, you know? Like, it's not just fucking the Clintons every fucking year and the Bushes and, you know what I'm saying? Like, finally it's different a little bit. We had Trump, but Trump was trash, and then now we're back to the normal political people, you know? Now we're back to Biden and the regular cats.
Yeah, I mean, money talks, though. I mean,
money talks.
That's what it is. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I thought about this just like how we're talking about it. These are all things that I kind of think about, and I mean, if you ran for, let's just say, mayor, you know, and like, hey, if you ran for us as Republicans or as us as Democrats, we'll give you $100,000 right now to jump on our party and we'll back your team up. What are you gonna do?
Exactly, and that's the problem.
Are you gonna go?
How many people? Is there anybody that's got?
Everybody's in it for money.
Yeah,
it's a job, and
is anybody in it for America, bro? Is that a corny question?
I mean, a lot of it is personal gain. You do see people that do try to help everybody out, but I mean, look at what's going on in Congress and just everything. I mean, representatives and all that. They take recess like when people need money and all that.
Yeah.
This is not just one side or the other. I mean,
this is both sides just playing games with the American people, basically.
And I get it. Trump was president. I know that the Democrats are trying to get him out. All right, cool. But if you say that you're for the people, then work for the people. When we're paying you the money. Yeah,
like Pelosi, for example. Like, let's fucking get that stimulus out for the people. Not because you have a Republican president, you don't want him to win the election, because that really doesn't matter when people are kind of like poor, you know what I'm saying, and they're not being able to work for fucking 7 months, you know, like, bro, like.
I don't like that at all. I don't really want to go too much into it.
I've harped on this too many times on my podcast, to be honest, but like even like the Newsom shit and like him going to eat or whatever, going out to dinner and shit, and then he's making small businesses shut down and shit, drives me fucking up the wall, bro. And it makes me feel like, or what are we, like, this is what makes me feel like we are in a simulation, you know? It's like, bro, like, what? This doesn't make no sense, you know? Like, are we for the people?
No, there's people like us that are not super wealthy. Slightest, you know? And we can't play those games.
Exactly.
They can play whatever game they want, and they can get away with anything.
That's weird, right? That's weird. Have you ever thought about that? Like kind of like you growing up, and even now, like any type of person that has money, like rich people or any sort of power, like it's kind of weird growing up middle class or even below that, to where like you have to kind of play by the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to play by every rule almost, or you're kind of fucked. Like law-wise, like even like just going to school and like going through like just like everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then people that have like some money, it's always like you can kind of like skip some levels. You can obviously money just is like
you can skip a lot of levels. I mean,
you get a lot of more opportunities, obviously.
You get more opportunities. I'm not gonna say that.
Not that I'd want to be born rich or anything, because I personally I like I like the grind. I enjoy where I'm at right now. I enjoy it because I feel like in the end if I do make it somewhere with the podcast or whatever, then obviously it's like I did this shit, bro. Like nobody can say I didn't, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really care. It's not like I want to be rich. It's that I think about it sometimes. Like, damn, it's kind of crazy that some of those rich people, or even like the rich families, even past like presidents and shit, like oil families and shit, like those motherfuckers, like they're living in a different world, bro. Yeah. They're not even living it on our fucking rules.
No,
you know?
they don't have rules, and it's unfortunate. You know, like there's a whole tax the rich thing that's going on, and all that. There's loopholes to all these things.
They're gonna be fine,
but they keep them open for a reason. There's lobbyists and all that, and they're like, "Hey, keep this open, then we can use it."
Yeah,
it's all a ploy. I mean,
I'm not one of those people really either, though. I'm not one of those like, oh, let's tax the rich 50%, 60%. I think that's pretty stupid too, because those people are kind of like. They're giving all kinds of people jobs. And on top of that, if I was rich, I would be fucking mad, bro. If people are like, let's tax you 50%.
Yeah, especially for the people that did work their ass off, you know?
Yeah, they weren't born into it and shit.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But then I also see people that that were born into it, that are like billions of dollars, and you're like, dang, okay. And you're not paying taxes. All right, cool.
This doesn't really work out right. I don't really think this is fair.
About that. There's an issue with that, but it's too hard to figure it out, and we're so behind on all of that anyway. The amount of money that a let's just say person that's out of school that got a bachelor's degree is not making the amount of money to pay off loans, try to buy a house, try to do this and that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But at the same time, there's people that work their ass off and they deserve it. So you can't just.
I just wish
not give them enough credit.
Damn, I almost wish like for me, and I just wish it was almost like like everybody just paid the same shit, you know. And I just wish it was like. Fuck, everybody paid a certain percentage, and it feels shitty for, like, the poor people or whatever, but I just wish it was like, bro, we all pay 20% or whatever, and just every single person pay it instead of, like, loopholes and all this extra shit, and I just feel like it'd be a lot fairer, but that's just me I just think that's my simple way of solving it, you know? It's like, fuck, everybody just pay the same, right? That would make sense, right?
I think it would be cool to see where your money goes.
That would be nice, yeah.
Right? So, at the end of the year, it says... $100 went to roads. This went to schools and all this other stuff.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, because right now I'm over here paying $600 every month to the taxes and stuff.
Or what if it was like you could pay your taxes right, and then you get an option. Like you can choose which one you want to pay it into. Like it's almost like
I thought about that too.
And I'm sure they have a budget and shit.
Yeah,
fucking fix.
Yeah, one budget's gonna be like crazy. And then
we got $7 billion in schools, and we got 0 for roads. You know?
Exactly.
Bro.
So I do think that I would just like to see the percentage or whatever. There's probably something out there. I just haven't looked into it enough. But I know a country, I can't remember which country does it, but it's somewhere in Europe, that they have that for their citizens where it shows everything's laid out. And you go, oh, okay, cool. Because at that point, it makes you feel like, there's my money. That's my money. It went
somewhere.
Yeah, and you kind of know where it went. Right now, I'm giving it to $600, and you're going, oh, the politicians are on recess. Dope.
Yeah, so. You walk outside, you're like, fucking La Quinta and Indio looks the same. Like, I don't know what the fuck they did this time.
I don't know what recess, why they're doing a recess.
Yeah, bro. Like, damn, they haven't done anything new here. There's no upgrades over here, bro.
Yeah, I'm just going to get back to that point just for a split second, and it's just something for people to think about is when you're at work, do you ever just get through half of the day and then you go, well, my job's not finished, so I'm just going to leave?
No, they're going to fire you, probably.
Yeah.
They're going to say, excuse me, sir.
So why is it that we have a recess for every time they just can't think of something like, oh, I don't know.
We can't agree, so we're gonna go home and go on vacation.
Yeah,
You're
what is that? If I could do that at work, I would be doing that every other week, just like how the politicians do it. So I don't know. They shouldn't be allowed to do that, especially on our tax dollars. But that's just I'm done with that. But,
yeah, but
it's something to think about.
Exactly, just something to think about. It's nothing. Whatever, bro. We can't solve it. I'm not tripping about it. But yeah, it's just like you said, it's something to think about, and I don't know, bro. It's something to think about, but it's not something to stress about. You know, like people need to realize that's two different things. Like you think about it. And, like, you know, put a little effort into, like, thinking about whatever. But you gotta realize you only have a certain fucking... I don't know how to explain it. But you only have a certain amount of fucking brain waves or whatever that you can focus on stuff. And if you focus on shit you have no control on, bro, you're gonna get nowhere in life. Like,
yeah, you kind of go insane. I feel like a lot of people were probably like that this past election just because some people that were... A lot of people, actually, that were unfortunate, you know... couldn't get jobs and things like that, or lost their jobs, but now they're at home and they're online and they're going like, wait, I'm watching the news now, and all these people are saying that this is wrong, but they're obviously the wrong ones, and they get online and they start doing their thing. So I think a lot of people were probably getting into it, and it's just so bad. Like you said, you can't control these things. You vote, sure. What has that gotten us? Legalized weed, and that went quicker than getting the whole time change in California good to go. Like, we did that 4 years ago or whatever, and we're still changing times every 6 months. Exactly, yeah. It's weird how that works, you know? Like, I feel like that was an easy one to do, and they just couldn't do it. And I know a lot of that's for the farmers and all that, but...
It's I'm like, sure bro, we don't really want to fucking fuck with our clocks every fucking, like, bro, come on.
I don't get it, but before I
Have you ever thought, bro, that I only had this conversation, and this super behind the scenes, but I had this conversation with a couple buddies of mine when we were on some shrooms, but they're saying, like, dude, you ever think, like, time is just man-made? Like, days, months, years... hours, minutes, like it's all just we just made that shit up just for us to feel like kind of like not days really, I guess, because it does go 24 hours, but you know, like kind of though, like almost like it is kind of made up, because it's like Earth doesn't really like count days and shit, you know, like wildlife doesn't sit there and count how old they are, they're they're 10 years old or whatever. It's just like I think it was just almost, it's just weird that it's like all we just made that shit up, and it's like, all right.
I would say it's
or
not
like, kind of not.
It's not that we didn't make...
Because I guess kind of they did kind of do it off stars and some of that shit too, kind of, right? Like calendar and shit. It's kind of like off of a...
Yeah, so you got to think. Like, okay, we're in 2020, but we're also thinking that as the day Jesus was born or whatever.
Yeah,
and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, if we didn't go off of that, we're in a totally different year.
We're at like 6 billion or some shit or whatever.
Yeah, if you're doing like 12 months, it was like, I think it's like the human era is things like 10,000 years, something like that. I think
so. We'd be pretty far.
Yeah, and I mean the reason that all those were made was pretty much for farming. I mean that's how people had to.
Exactly.
Survive.
Yeah,
so, you know,
kind of like keep a track on everything and have a...
Yeah, if you had it ready to go, hey, I know when spring's going to happen and this is when we can start getting our crops out.
This is like season and all that shit. Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so that's kind of where that came from. And that's why time change happens, is because of farming at the end of the day. Yeah, because, it would suck if it's all the same time. It's like, all right, well, the rooster's, doing its thing and it's
3 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah, you're like, what's going on? So that's kind of why they changed the time. But now we don't use a rooster to figure out farming.
Exactly.
We have it all. Oh no!
We broke everything.
But just stop because You can probably just edit that out.
I don't edit shit out.
Oh,
We keep
okay,
it rolling.
everything's
We keep
in
it
here.
rolling, bro. I've had people go taking pisses, and I'm just talking,
just
talking to the
standing
camera. Yeah, bro.
That's funny. That's funny.
I like to keep it super authentic. I don't want nobody to see no cuts in this shit. I want them to be like, damn, this fool really. Even if I've had times where I blank and I'm just like.
Someone goes to the restroom and you're just staring at the camera for 2 minutes.
Just looking at it all awkward, like. Just don't even say shit, bro.
People were just like kind of skipping, like, damn, he's still doing it. He's still looking at the camera. Yeah.
Bro, just awkwardly don't even move. And they're just like, 5 minutes later, you're in the same spot. Just staring at the camera, bro. Nah, dude. Nah, I ain't done nothing that weird, but now you made me think I should do that shit.
Yeah.
End of the podcast, I'm just sitting here for like an hour. Just looking at it.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you can just like mark it on here. Like, hey, at this time, just cut this out.
Oh, yeah.
Or I guess you at that point you have another person over here.
Yeah, I need a Jamie, bro, from Joe Rogan. I'm already in talks with a buddy trying to get him into it. He's down, but it's like I'm trying. Yeah, we're in talks right now because it's a lot of work, dude. It's every day. It's not every day, but it's a good like 3-4 days a week at least. You're like doing something, you know.
Yeah, no, that is hard. I mean, I watch Tiger Belly. That's another podcast.
That shit is hilarious,
Yeah.
bro. Tiger Belly's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee.
Yeah, Bobby Lee's crazy.
Andrew Santino's hilarious too.
It is. Yeah, you just need that extra person, you know, to be able to.
One little extra. That'll make it. And then especially with like that. Like I was telling you, the Cruise in the Valley shit, I was showing you a little sneak. Oh, it's going to drop tomorrow. Tight. So, This will probably drop tomorrow too, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Depending. Well, I mean, I guess you don't edit it. You just throw it up there.
Yeah. I do a little intro, I do a little outro.
Like a little
I do the audio, I put the audio and the video together, bro. It looks professional. It's not talking shit, bro.
Yeah.
Just keep it moving. I just get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, so I'm dropping that Cruise in the Valley, and I don't even know what I was going to say about that.
I think you're going to talk about how, probably like...
Oh, I want the person that I want to, like, I feel like that's something he'd be a lot more interested in because I actually do, like, try people's food, like, I try people's cookies, and, like, obviously, if he went along with me, he would get to try this shit too, you know? He's not So, like, it's like you get to go along for the ride, and if it does expand, which I'm planning it, I'm fucking along for the journey, so, like, my plan is it's going to be Cruising the Valley for, like, maybe, like, 2 seasons, and then it'll be, like, Cruising Big Bear, or, like, Cruising LA, and I'm going to, like, find some small businesses in, like, some different cities, different towns, and, like, so whoever's with me, bro, like, they're obviously just riding with me, and they get to go on the trip, so it's, like, it depends on how you look at it, you know? Yeah. It's, like, a vacation almost.
Yeah,
You're kicking with a homie, really.
It's vlogging, but that's where it's at right now, so... That's a lot of it. That's a lot of money right there. If you can get an in there.
I want somebody though to start going live when I'm like doing those Cruising the Valley shows, going live on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
And so like I'd be fucking recording the show, whatever, and they're going live on Twitch, and it's like behind the scenes, like. Yeah,
a lot of people do exactly what you're talking about, but they don't. They edit it. They do like highlights. So you do the whole thing on Twitch. That's saved. Then you do highlights and do like a 20-minute thing on YouTube.
Oh, you can save it on like, okay, so like let's say I'm going live on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
And they're recording the whole video and they got like the mic, whatever. It's all like, so it sounds pretty well, whatever. You can just save that whole video and then I can just edit that video from Twitch. Like even if it's a live stream, I can just like take it off.
You can save the live stream. I've only done Twitch once and I was like just for fun, just to like try it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. I wish I could start doing that with my buddies, but it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
You gotta have somebody.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, you
Even
gotta.
The smallest thing, like what Troy's doing here, it's a lot of work. It really is.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and especially like even the Cruise in the Valley, dude. Editing. Okay, so I've finished editing 3 out of the 5 episodes. Each edit took me probably an hour and a half to 2 hours each to edit. Yeah. So I'm pretty deep in right now for those, and that's like. I went and did the episode, and then I did the edit. So each episode's probably been like 3-4 hours of my time, and I get paid $0 for it, bro. So like I fucking, like I'm in it. I'm working, bro. I'm grinding. I'm hoping this shit does take off at some point.
It will. I mean, it takes a lot of time, and that's a lot of people stop themselves because it takes so long. But as long as you're having fun doing it,
Yeah.
the $0 isn't.
It doesn't bother me. I enjoy it. That's why I get to bring in buddies like you that I haven't talked to in years, and it's like I fucking have a blast, bro. Or like the Cruise in the Valley, dude. I get to go to businesses and they give me free food and fucking. I get behind the scenes look at shit, bro. Like I was a only child growing up, so I've always been curious. It's been like my shit. I didn't have like a brother and sister, so I had to like learn from my friends and like go ask people questions and like that's why I like that shit. It's fun for me. So this is fun for me.
I mean, I guess you're getting paid if you're getting free food.
Technically, right? And I went to one, dude, and it was a high end restaurant and they gave me some free buffalo wings and calamari, so I know that I had to be like a good, probably like $30 or $40, eh? So
the other thing cool about Twitch is people can pay you
quickly too. Like you can become a Twitch affiliate or whatever. I think after like 50 followers or something like that.
It's not subscribers, but or if it's followers, and then when you become an affiliate, then you think you get
something like that, right?
Yeah, you can get subscriptions and people can pay you, and then
let me know, bro, if you want to be Jamie, bro. Right along.
Yeah,
and we could fucking do it when you get off work and shit.
Yeah, just hey, we're gonna go to some sushi spot.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Just record me, bro, and let's talk shit from the background, you know.
That's pretty much it. That's all it is. And I think if you just have that extra person, it'd be cool.
That's it.
But definitely watch it. I mean, it's how long's the video? Like 10 minutes?
Yeah, my each episode, like one was like 17, another was like 15 or like 12, and another was like 7. So yeah, they're very. The reason I did that was because I've had, this is my 70th episode of this, and most of them are, between 30 minutes to like an hour and a half. So it's like, I think there's a lot of people that would like to just see a little more action instead of me just sitting here. Some people don't like podcasts,
Yeah. There's people that enjoy. Hey, I'm on my way to work. Throw something on. Or there's also people that get home and they're on their phone late at night and they're just like, I want to watch something.
A little more.
Come up. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a little more action, a little vlog, and it's maybe like 10 minutes or whatever. So it's like, you don't spend all day watching it, You don't have to waste 30 minutes, an hour of your time. You can just check it out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you watch the whole episode. So. And
it's more fun watching something when, like, local. So it's like watching you do something, it's a little more fun because I could go, I could just go to that spot.
I'm like right down the street.
Yeah, instead of going to LA and you're like, I want to check out this spot that literally everybody knows and it's going to be packed. No, I can go to this little spot that not a lot of people know about, but it was on Troy's thing and he said it was great. And go try it out. And
it's kind of like, and this is the time, dude, where small businesses, this is kind of the time to like showcase them. Like,
yeah, they need help, man.
Yeah, bro, it's like, this is what we need to do. We need to showcase these motherfuckers.
The government didn't help everybody.
No, those PPP loans or whatever didn't go to the small businesses. I can tell you that.
Yeah, there's a few people that own businesses that I know, and they didn't get anything. They got denied, and it's like, well, they're renting on El Paseo. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, good luck surviving that. Yeah.
But they do what they need to, and yeah.
It is life, bro, and that's something I've realized through my short amount of time on life. Money comes and goes. You can have pretty bad shit happen to you and you will survive. You will get over it, Most times you will make it through it.
Yeah.
You could go bankrupt and you can still go and make it to the other side, and...
Yeah, I do know people that have gone bankrupt. I sold cars at CarMax 2 years ago. And a lot of people went bankrupt, but they got a car, did it all over again, and they made them a better person. Or you can be like some of them that they're rich, they go bankrupt, but somehow they're still rich.
How does that work? Yeah.
It's like they like reconsolidate.
How'd you feel, dude, being a car salesman? Like, how was that? I
enjoyed it, but it's a lot of work. I mean, at CarMax, they don't pay you a lot. I didn't really like them. I mean, it's hard to... Now it's so hard because cars are so expensive. And they're expensive for good reason. I mean, they have so much safety features and all this other stuff that in 2001 didn't have, you know.
Yeah.
So they're expensive. So a lot of these places aren't making a lot of profit profit margins off of selling cars. So they only give you a certain portion these days. So it wasn't a lot. It was like $500 or something if you sold that and like a Max Care, which was an extended service plan. So it's like, okay, cool. But the very first very first customer I got, the person couldn't pay off the month-to-month car loan because he lost his job, lost his house, and the car was the last thing that was holding him on. And you're like, can't help you, dude.
Like, sorry, bro.
And he's like crying, not crying to me, but you know, he's just mad at the world. And he's like, I don't know if you guys can help me. I just need one more month, you know? And I'm like, so he had to forfeit his car. He had nowhere to go. He had no money. It's like, what can you do?
So that's like the shitty part of the...
Yeah, it's
that
like
was the shitty part of the job.
You hear their stories, and some of their stories are just like heartbreaking. But then you have some of them that are like, I'm trying my hardest, and I had these people that they needed proof of income. They had all stipulations, so it's like proof of income, residency, had to have insurance in house, and
all this extra shit to make sure they
and these people
get them approved.
And some of them like, you know, I'm having a kid and I need a car. And I don't make a lot, and this is what I have. And you're like, all right, I got to find you the best car. And sometimes you get attached to them, which you shouldn't, but it's a human, though? Yeah, it's a human thing to do. So you really try helping them out, and a lot of times, I mean, I tried my best. Sometimes you try so hard, and then they find a car somewhere else, and they don't tell you. And that's like, man, I put all my heart into finding you that car.
Fuck you, so it's like, bro.
But at the same time, it's like good for you, but you kind of think in the back of your head, like, they're probably buying a car from Indio Boulevard on, like, you know, it's just some cheap car. Yeah. And when it goes bad,
that's it. They don't have no warranty and shit or whatever.
But, you know, some people can only afford that, and that's totally up to them. And, you know, maybe it was a good thing that they bought from there. Maybe that car was good.
So, you have any advice for people buying a car, bro? Since you're a car salesman? You were a car salesman? Not that you are.
Credit scores, guys and girls.
Guys and girls?
That's the key. A lot of people get scared with credit cards. I'm sure.
I have a credit card only because I got it to literally get the little bonus, you know? You spend a certain amount and you get the bonus. I got the bonus and I paid it off, and then that was about it. And then I finance a few things just to finance to get the credit, basically.
Yeah, so I only use credit. I rarely use debit. I have 4 credit cards.
You only use credit?
I only use credit.
Why?
Why am I going to use debit? Why would I use debit if I can use a credit card and make a little bit money back? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Because if you're using debit, you're using your own money. So if you go to, like, let's say you go to a gas station using a debit card, you use that debit card, that scanner gets hacked or whatever it is, they now have your bank account. They swipe. Your debit card only has so much protection on it, and on a credit card, it has full protection. So you can so say one person has debit, one person uses a credit, and both those cards go towards buying a TV for some person that skimmed your card.
Yeah.
The person that had a debit card that doesn't have a lot of protection, let's say $500 protection, they lose, let's just say that TV was $1,000, they lose $500. But on that, if you had the credit card,
you don't lose shit.
Yeah, you call them, hey, this is not me. I didn't buy this. Oh, okay, so it's fraud. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to close your card and we're going to send you a new one. And you get it, and that charge goes off your account.
So are you paying it off every month?
Every single month. You use your credit card like you would use a debit card. Whatever money you would spend on your debit card is what you use on your credit card. I never, in the 5 years that I've had credit cards, I never had something on that card for more than a month. Pay it off. And once you get good enough, you go, okay, this card's going to be used for groceries this month. This card's going to be used for travel and dining. This one's going to be for this. And now I have like $3,000 saved up in just points.
And so you're not paying, so you're not like getting any like sort of like interest fees or anything like that because you're paying it off that month or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the way you keep away from that? You just pay it off right when you...
Yeah, the idea for these credit card companies to make money or for the people to go, okay, I need to get a TV, so I'm going to swipe my card here, and then it builds interest. That's why the interest rates are so high.
Yeah.
Is that's what they're waiting on. They're waiting for you to lose your job.
Yeah, until you're fucked.
Yeah. So you always have a savings, have your checking, have a good amount of savings.
Wow, dude, I think I'm going to start using my credit card now.
Yeah, so you can do a lot of research online. Chase has a thing called Chase Trifecta. So it's like
I have a Capital
cards.
One.
Capital One has
Quicksilver or something like that.
Yeah, so they like Capital One has kind of like Chase Trifecta is like 3 cards. So
you literally get 3 cards when you
No,
sign
you have
up?
to go individually, like year by year, you know. But
it gets better every year or what?
No, they're just different types of cards, and they're used for different purposes.
Oh, okay.
So, one is for like dining, one is categories like shopping and gas stations, and then the other one is for like everything else.
So are rich people all using credit?
Probably. A lot of these rich people own businesses, and you make a lot of money on bonuses back when you're a business. Like you can get 15% back on like TV services and things like that, and money's coming back to them, and it's used in points. And some of these points that you get, if you have a certain card, you can make double, or you can make like double the points, you know, and you can go from $1,000 to $2,000. But these people have like $10,000 worth of points, and now it's worth $20,000.
Oh, so I was kind of half smart. I did like the half smart thing. I got the bonus, but I didn't keep with it. I didn't keep doing the...
Yeah, so...
I did the first bonus, you know? Like the sign-up bonus.
Yeah, so those are all good. Those are all great. It's good to start with something like that, because the fact that you have that, if you used your card, you would get, like, I think it's like 1.5% back, which isn't a lot, but when you're using it every month, it's the same as debit. So let's just say in the past year I've spent, let's just say $10,000 on whatever it was on my cards.
So you're getting like $100 back. Or like $150 back if it's 1.5%. But if it's more for like groceries or like gas stations or whatever,
exactly,
then you're getting like 3%. So maybe you're getting like $300 or like $400 back.
Yeah, let's just say I made $700 back from using credit cards.
Yeah.
$700 is a lot of money. You can buy a PlayStation 5 and
yeah, shout out. So, who has one? I'm just kidding. This is fuck you guys, you know? And all you guys selling them for double the price, bro, you guys can just suck it, bro. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
It's not a Jordan. It's a fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, just let us play it, you know?
Yeah, dude, let the real video gamers play it, dude. I want to end this fucking podcast and I'm getting angry now. I just get
yeah, it's
starting to get pissed off.
It's that does get annoying, but
that's pretty, dude. That's a pretty good fucking tip, though. Actually,
yeah. I mean,
you stay using credit, so you stay using your credit card, and you haven't gone over it all. Like you just stay fucking. And really, though, if you do just buy the normal shit you're gonna buy, it's the same shit. Like you're literally you just pay it off with the money that you actually have, and just pay it off with your actual money.
And sometimes, like at small businesses, I won't use it just because credit cards, they cost money on the business end.
Yeah.
So for them to be able to use a credit card machine costs them money to make a transaction. It might not be a lot, but sometimes, you know, it depends on how I'm feeling that day, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But, you can also think about it that way. But, you know, I don't care about Walmart, so it's like
yeah, exactly.
swipe my card there.
Well, when the business I work for, they charge a 3% fee for you to use a credit card. So they're like they're getting their money back. You know,
exactly. But sometimes it's like, okay, I'm paying that fee, but then is it worth me getting that money back anyways? Because sometimes it's like it is 3% when you're shopping at that store. So
it's like it's the same type of
like, so I'm like I'm actually not spending more or less.
I'm just kind of the same either way. So
yeah, it's things to think about when you're shopping. But
do you have any other money tips, bro? Do you have any other? Just for a young guy, you seem very just like old. Very no, not old, but you're just very analytical. Like you've thought a lot of things through. Like even long term, like what are you doing personally yourself to get you prepped? And you don't have to give like all your secrets or whatever, but like what are you doing personally yourself to get you prepped for like, you know, like in the long term when you're fucking 40, 50, when you're like want to like settle down, and like even 30s, bro. Like
stock market is where rich people get rich and richer people get even more rich.
Yeah.
So just making your own 401k is kind of where I'm at.
Okay.
So on a 401k, when you do that, you're paying untaxed money to pretty much a broker that holds your money for you until you retire, or you can take it out. I think it's at like 55 or whatever it is. And that's great. You know, if you can start that, that's awesome. But on top of that, play with your own money. Don't do as much as maybe your 401k, but put $50 into a Robinhood account and put that $50 every 2 weeks that you get your paycheck, put it into a stock, and you'll see that stock grow and grow and grow. And one day you're going to be like, oh, I have $50,000 and it's only been, let's just say 7 years. And you're like, oh, I have all this money, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to pay tax on it, but
doesn't I only know because I'm in a group message where a lot of guys are in the stock market. Doesn't the tax you pay on it, doesn't it go down the longer you keep the stock? Like the longer you hold?
Yeah, because I know after 2 years it's a smaller cut after that, because it's less of it also depends on your tax bracket too. Like if you're making more money or you're not making a lot of money but you're only getting it in the stock market, things like that.
Gotcha.
That depends as well. But I mean, it's a good thing to always have that extra money, because if you do lose your job and you need money, you have your savings, but you can also have this extra account, and that extra account can help you out. Or if you are 40 and let's say that $50 every 2 weeks is now $200,000 in an account, and you're 40 years old, plus you have your 401k and you're at like $1.4 million, and you have like this, you then have just more money that you didn't really think you had, but you can do like recurring.
That's kind of why what I like to do is like even like you said, like invest a little money here. I have my money kind of spread out a little everywhere, you know, like a little cash, a little investments. I'm really looking into like getting like property, like, cause then you kind of like, you might like feel like, oh, I don't have a lot of cash on hand, but you're starting to build your foundation, you know, like you're starting to build that fucking kingdom, you know. I got a little land here, I got this little house here, I got this, you know. Obviously you can't just spread yourself too thin to where you can't pay it all, but or even buy something, like buy a little piece of land and just pay it cash, you know, like buy a little couple acres or whatever it is. But I just feel like just putting it in something rather than just going and buying food every day or whatever the fuck you're doing is better than, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't buy clothes a lot. This jacket's like 10 years old. I probably had this in high school. But I do like saving my money. It's not like that I'm cheap or frugal. Well, I'm more frugal than cheap, but it's a good thing, because I mean, we're 25. By the time we're 30, you know, you want to have something.
Yeah, exactly.
And just having just a little, just having money saved where you can go, okay, well, I want to move somewhere because I need to change or whatever it is. You can do that with just saving a little bit every few days. It's definitely worth it in the long run. You won't notice it until you do, because
yes, exactly.
I'm somebody that does trade options and things, so I'm always on Robinhood. And Robinhood's like, you can use any other
Webull or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
trading.
you want. I just use Robinhood because it's easy and it's not super complicated. But when you have options like Robinhood, where am I going with this? I forgot where I was going with this.
I don't know, bro, but I'm in. I'm along for the ride. I'm just kidding.
No.
Where am I going with this?
Oh, okay. So
Listen,
having those little investments are going to be good in the long run, because you don't really see it. You see $50 come out of your account every paycheck, and you go, okay, cool. I'm not going to see it. And you can have recurring amounts go into certain stocks. So say you want to do like Apple or whatever. Those stocks will go up. While if you would have spent that $50 on pants or socks or whatever it was, it's gone, exactly. And these are little investments that are only $50 a month, like investments like you're talking about of land. Those are big investments, but you always want those little investments, because at a point in time they're going to become big.
Yeah. If you keep kind of pushing into them, you keep.
Yeah.
Especially stocks, bro. I've kind of realized as I've gone, I think I'm getting to the point to where I'm gonna be like a little bitch long-term investor instead of a day trader. I don't think I'm as good at that. But I think I'm gonna get more towards the blue chips and just ride the blue chips and just ride the wave. Stay in a stock for a couple years, keep putting money into it, buy the dips, like shit like that. I think.
If you want to get into the market, before you do anything, just do your research on what stocks what is something you use all the time. You use your phone, you use credit cards, you use all these different things, and just put your money into it. That's the easy way of doing it. Or you can just do more research and you kind of get sucked into it and you go, okay, this is what I want to do. I do trade options, so I do calls on different things. So let's just say I want Apple to hit $150 by 2022. Will they hit it? I mean, I don't even know where they're at right now. I know they were up and down at 120 for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at either.
But let's just say I want that, and in that period of time they hit $400. That call that I made at 150, I think it's going to be just for one call that I.
So what is a call? So the people that are listening, what is a call, or what is an option? If you buy an option,
okay. So.
And we'll wrap this shit up with stocks, because let's blow some people's brains real
quick. Yeah, we've made a lot of money, and my brother has made even more, and still rising. But
yeah. Invite me to your guys' podcast. Maybe like Zip Trade or you or whatever the next one,
Yeah. So a call is you're betting on the company is going to hit a certain price, and it's going to be going up. A put is the opposite, and that means that you think that the stock's going to go down and hit a certain price. Using Apple's an easy stock to pick because a lot of people know what they are.
Yeah.
So let's just say Apple's at 120. I bet that they're going to hit 130 by March. I put a call for 130 on March. You buy what's called a contract, and that contract gives you 100 fake shares of that company. You say for per each share that you buy is $1.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Is $1. So to purchase that contract,
it'd be $100.
It'd be $100. If it's at $1 at that day and you purchased it, and you think by March, this is being shot in December, by the time it's March, Apple is at 140. On that dollar, you're actually gonna make
40.
$10. You're gonna make $10 because you went from 130. That's 130, yeah. To 140.
Okay.
The stock is actually at 140 now. So you're gonna make that margin between the two.
$10 on each stock, which is 100 of them.
Yeah.
100 shares.
100 shares. So you'd make on that $1, you'd make what? You'd make $10 per the share. So it's 10 times 100.
Yeah, 10,000, something like that. 10,000?
Yeah.
10,000. Yeah. Like, damn, I still know math. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how you can make.
And the only other thing, and the only reason I know partially about this is because I've done a lot of research, but I've never bought a option. The only thing you got to think too, as well, is when it gets closer to the strike price, right? Or the strike date? Is it the strike date or something?
Yeah, you want to sell a week. You want to sell a week beforehand because that's when it gets hectic. You can go.
Oh, is that when it starts going like crazy or what?
You can make a lot of money, but a lot of times when you do a longer call, it costs a little bit more, but it's worth it at the end because you can make more money.
Gotcha. So how far in advance are you going to be buying a call usually? I know it's all random. It's got to be kind of random, but like.
So
what are you looking at?
I do calls. When I do calls. I do a month or two in advance, just because they're not super pricey. Because the further along you go, the more it's gonna cost. My brother, he's doing very well. Pack B is his little guy. If you want to look up that, you should invest in it because that'll make us more money.
yeah. Everybody invest in Pack B.
Yeah.
The 100 subscribers, Pack B.
Yeah, they So he'll do like probably like 6 months ahead of time. It's a little bit. It costs a little bit more, but dude, if you have a strong feeling that it's gonna go up, go for it. Sometimes that's all it takes. My brother, that's how he was. Okay. He made $10,000 in a week.
So this is a little off topic, but this is just talking about this. How do you feel about like Tesla? Like, do you think that is ever gonna like go down? You think that stock's
Elon Musk is really cool. I like Elon Musk, but I know a lot of people also think he's a weirdo.
I like Musk personally.
Yeah, he is a weirdo, but I'd rather see him be a billionaire with all the money and do crazy shit with it than like Bezos, where he's just looks like Lex Luthor, you know?
Kind of looks a little creepy. Looks like he's gonna fuck everyone over. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a good thing, but Tesla is. They have a head start right now, and I think if they stumble, Tesla needs to be Apple.
Yeah, they are basically Apple of cars, right? You would trying to be Apple of cars.
But they need to keep it that way for their stock to keep on going, because.
So are you kind of? I'm trying to see what you're saying. So are you basically saying that they need to control the whole electric car market? Is that what you're saying? Like they can't let Ford and...
No, they could totally let that. So Apple is a premium brand, right?
Yeah.
They take a lot of time and they develop the best that they can develop. Obviously, Samsung might have something 2 years prior to them having something
theirs
new.
Is always like worked out. Like
theirs
iPhones is
works.
Worked out. Yeah.
Theirs works and it always works. It's premium. People will pay for that. So the superchargers that are out right now are only for Tesla, and they need to keep it that way.
Got you. I get what you're saying.
Same thing with the Lightning.
Keep it something a little premium, like something a little extra that's Tesla that's not anybody else's.
Exactly. So they need to keep it that way so that they can hold the market as much as possible, because they're messing with Volkswagen, Ford, GM, Fiat, like
they're messing with all of them basically.
All those people own a lot of different companies, you know. So that's kind of where it's at. Is they need to hold. They just need to
keep doing the same shit they're doing.
Yeah, they need to be the Apple. That's what it is at the end of the day. And he needs to learn from what I can't remember. Apple's guy.
Steve Jobs.
Not Steve Jobs. The guy.
The guy now.
And Tim Cook.
Tim Cook, yeah. I like Tim Cook. He looks like he's just more personable, you know? Steve Jobs looked like a dick, dude.
Yeah, Steve Jobs was a little bit weird, but I think Tim Cook created that well, so did Steve Jobs. I mean, they were like kind of on the same level, but making that ecosystem and making it premium and making it, hey, if you have this, you're a businessman. You know what you want. You're more expensive than everybody. And now, look, you have every single item of Apple. You have the AirPods.
I fuck with Apple, dude, and I tried to get off of it. I had like a Google Pixel for a while. I was like trying to, and then as soon as I got right back on the iPhone, I was like, damn, dude, I was fucking up, you know? Like, the iPhone is just everything's connected with it so easily, you know? It's like so user-friendly, like social media, even like photos and like editing, like everything's just so easy, bro. Like airdropping, like it's just like so easy.
And that's what Tesla needs to do. They need to have it where the cars drive themselves. They can charge themselves. Yeah. You pay for that in itself.
And that's why I want a Tesla. This is basically what I'm paying for, so it can drive itself. So I can sit there and be in there and be like fucking feeling cool as fuck with the fucking car.
Yeah, you're buying you're buying a computer now that drives itself, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's literally a computer that drives itself, and that's in itself is crazy, and those cars talk to each other, or are going to start to. I think they do now. But
that's what's crazy is people hate on the electric car, right? And they hate on the smart car, and they hate on the self-driving car, and what they don't realize is if everybody got one, nobody'd crash. If we got to that level to where everybody's letting them self-drive, like they're all gonna be driving just fine. You know what I'm saying? Like
you get
what I'm saying?
So
like it's all our crashes. Most of them are basically all of them are human error, right? 100% of crashes, you know. So it's like if we all had a smart car that was driving us, and everybody had a smart car to drive, it's like it's just the chances of a crash. I feel like are so much lower, but that's just me.
No, it is. That's 100% right.
Yeah,
you're not wrong about that at all. So if we had cars that drove themselves, you would have no issues. But I like cars. I love driving. Where are the people? Where are the people that like driving gonna go?
And that's the issue too. Is like you don't want everything to be so easy. You know, like you don't want you kind of want people to be people still. Like enjoy. That's still something people like to do. Like just driving or like a motorcycle or just like people do like that freedom. So that's like I get you on that side too.
Yeah. So.
I'm one of those people too. I like freedom over safety. I'm like, let people be people and be a little free.
Yeah, but then it kind of brings us back to the beginning of our whole podcast where you kind of ask like, is technology good or is it bad? You know, because it is good, but it's like, are humans just bad? Do we just not want to do this?
Yeah.
Because you do get in a rut. You get in this car, you're gonna sit in there, you're gonna drive home and do your things. Some people. They think the car's therapeutic, driving, going somewhere, turning, and it is therapeutic.
Yeah.
So, like me, for example, you have a rough day. I gotta have fun in my car, and it kind of gets me out of that rut.
It's for me too. Like I'll even put on a podcast or put music on or whatever, and just cruise and. Yeah, exactly. Like you're saying, it's therapeutic. It's like a therapy or whatever.
Yeah, so
which brings me back to this country built on freedom, bro. Freedom over safety. Freedom. And we all have the free choice to do whatever. It's like.
And then you think about seatbelts.
Yeah.
And like that Volvo commercial you've probably seen on YouTube or whatever. They're like, who would ever want to wear this? It's taking away our freedom, because what Volvo's trying to do in that
is just say how stupid we are or what?
They're saying that these DUI accidents can be prevented if in the car it looks at your eyes or does something and it figures, okay, this person's impaired, he shouldn't be driving, the car's going to drive itself. That's their idea, which is awesome. That's a great idea. I think that people that are driving under the influence shouldn't be driving because that's human lives that are costed.
My only thing I would say to that is if the car is going to read your eyes and tell if you're impaired, maybe it just shouldn't start. or maybe it just shouldn't.
Yeah,
go.
or something like that too. I don't know exactly what it's gonna do.
But you're saying it shouldn't be infringing on like our fucking
life
like that.
So it's infringing, but for a good cause. So where are the people going to stand on that? Are we going to be the people in the future where like, yeah, we're stupid for thinking that we shouldn't have we should let people with DUIs drive and that this shouldn't be a thing?
I get
be on the other side of
saying.
history. What side of history are we going to be on at the end of the day? And you know what? I think being on that progressive side is probably better. Not progressive as in the way the media projects a political sense of it, but in the sense of we're all in this together, like you said, and we need to progress with each other, not against each other. If that takes me to when I have a drink and I get in the car and it won't start, and I gotta go back inside or whatever for a few more hours, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I get you. Yeah, exactly.
I might not like it, just like the masks. I mean, the people who don't like the masks and wear the masks and whatnot, at the end of the day, we're all in this whole thing together. Just wear your mask when you're at the stores and whatnot until everything's like kind of blown over. Don't hate on it. I mean,
I'm not one of like obviously I'm one of those people that are like annoyed of them, but I wear my mask. You know, I'm not gonna be like fuck the mask. I'm not gonna be in the store like I'm not wearing my mask.
It's
fuck
harder,
you guys.
It's harder for somebody to do that than just wear the mask for the 30 minutes that you're in a store or whatever it is. It's really not complicated. I don't care what political view you have. It shouldn't even be a political view at this point. If you're just trying to help each other, just wear it for sake, you know? Like, just, it's not hard. It really
exactly.
It's like,
you're with your homies or whatever, you guys don't want to wear it, it's cool. Like, it's not a big
then
deal,
at that circle, you're going to cause harm.
But like you said, you're in a store, so it's not a big deal. It's not, you don't need to fight somebody over it. You don't need to jump the Walmart security guard and shit because they told you to put a mask on.
Yeah, no, I think it's...
That's what I'm saying, though. That brings us back to fucking the shit people stress about. We need to just not stress, like... It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not that crazy. It sucks or whatever, but at some point, it's been how long now? It's like, bro, like, who cares? You know? Like, I've already moved past it. Whatever.
My idea on the whole thing for... The government could take this if they want. but because I think it's an idea that should be pretty common sense, is in businesses should be open, right?
Yes. Provide
the hand sanitizer in the front of the store or wherever you want to put them. But just make sure if everybody just wore their mask and just did their everyday things, had everything open. I know working out in a mask probably sucks, but who cares? How hard is that? People actually work out in masks for endurance purposes. It's like stop crying about it. Just if we're able to
people
just
work
do
out
that
in masks for endurance purposes, you're right, bro.
Yeah, no, but they do. You know, like they have those masks that make it seem
the elevation masks.
Yeah. I mean, it's not technically the same, but
no, and there's been science that said those things don't work at all. But
but at the end of the day, it's like just if everybody just wore it, and the government was just like let the people do everything as long as they're wearing the mask, they're cool.
Yeah.
But then you get the people that are like, no, that's stupid. Don't cry about it.
Exactly, man. I feel the same way. I don't know. I feel like if Walmart and Best Buy and Target and all those places can be open, fucking the small businesses can be open. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's basically all I feel. I feel like everybody should get the free game, and if everybody has to wear masks, that's cool. But just let everybody be open, so everybody, like the restaurants, let them be open, dude. Like people. That's a business, you know, like that. Somebody owns that shit. Somebody owns the building. Somebody fucking is renting that building. Somebody's renting. Like, it's like, there's so many people getting fucked over when businesses are closed, you know, and I know COVID, it sucks, you know. I know multiple people that have had fucking parents and grandparents die and shit like that. And now I do for sure, which is kind of crazy because for a while I didn't know too many people, but now I do. But then again, not to be a fucking dick, but the death rate is very low, and it's mostly for people that are high risk already, that are like older, have health issues already. Those people already should be keeping their distance. And on top of that, just like I said, just if everybody wears their mask and shit, bro, it's really like it's not that. Like, I just feel like it shouldn't shut down the whole country. I don't think the corona's that bad to where the whole country should be shut down.
It's just being respectful and keeping distance from each other, and it's so easy. It's like in my head, it's like, oh, if everyone just thought like me, it would be easy. But it is easy. It is that easy.
Yeah,
you just said exactly the same thing that I was gonna say as well.
Yeah.
So obviously, it's a common sense thing.
It is and there's a lot of us that are out there, but it's just.
But also, a lot of people don't have common sense. So.
Fuck it. Let's wrap it up. Episode 70. 100 podcast. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Shout out your social medias. Oh yeah, you don't have any. Let's go. I like that, dude. My first fucking person that doesn't have no social media.
Yeah, I was like,